Hello besties, welcome to Farhad, the show about my life where absolutely nothing happens. However, can I just point out, I'm out of lockdown. What does that mean for the ether? What does that mean for the multiverse? What does that mean for the Farhad cinematic universe? Nothing. So Halloween's just passed, and that means we've got a plethora of new celebrity costumes that we can criticize from the comfort of our own home. So what I thought I would do for this week's video is basically do a little bit of a tier ranking of all the Halloween costumes that I found on Pop Crave's Twitter page, if I'm being completely honest. I thought I would do a ranking based on a few different factors, namely, is the costume scary? Is the costume have the essence of the character, in terms of accuracy or just like a good interpretation? And just number 3, is there an X factor to it? Is it got some oomph? Does it have some Halloween appeal? Is it something unique? Is it something that Lady Gaga would go into a spill about?
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping.
Now look, I want to make sure that the rankings have nothing to do with the celebrities themselves. This is all about the costume and the effort behind it. So please don't get angry at me if one of your favorite celebrities is ranked a little lower, or if someone you hate is ranked a little bit higher. It's all in good fun. We're just here to have a good time. Obviously, these are just my opinions on these costumes.
That's my opinion!
If you have differing opinions, I would love to know what they are. Just make sure you write them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. Before I get into the video, one last thing. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment about where you're watching from. I love to meet my subscribers, even though it's virtually, but it's great to meet you anyways. So chat to you there. Now let's get into the video. So in keeping in spirit of the whole tier ranking system, I've just renamed some of the 5 different categories. The highest ranking you could possibly get is Taylor Swift is the music industry. Number 2 is Wendy Williams' iconic phrase,
"She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment."
So that's the second highest ranking you could get. If you get that, you're basically golden. You did a great job. You're going to be remembered for years to come. The third ranking is understood the assignment. Now, I know a lot of people use this to give really high praise, but for me, I'm just kind of like, you did a good job. You handed in a fully completed essay. You did the assignment. You're fine. The fourth ranking is I pretend I do not see.
Let's ride.
Essentially, you could have done better and you should have done better. And the lowest ranking is
Get a good lawyer.
because you're going straight to jail.
Right to jail, right away.
So I'm just going to start us off with a few so you know where the kind of categories sit and you can get a baseline. So the first one I'm going to start with is Selena Gomez as the Scarlet Witch. Now look, I love Selena Gomez and I love the Scarlet Witch. Is she top tier? Probably not. I think this is an understood the assignment. She did a great job with this one. There aren't flaws. It's not a bad costume. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Kind of a Party City costume. Also, the photo isn't that great. Is it something that we're going to be talking about in a year's time? Probably not. Now, we're going to do one that I think is the top tier. Ariana Grande as Miss Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, look, there's a lot going on with this and it's going straight into the top tier category. Ariana Grande is the music industry right after Taylor Swift. So here's the thing. Horror element, done. You've got that in there. It's scary. It's got references to a really classic horror film. References old Hollywood. The prosthetic and makeup is fantastic. The photo shoot is top tier. I also love that it gender flips the creature. It's a really fun thing to do. And Ariana Grande knocked it out of the park. This is actually one of 2 different Halloween costumes that Ariana Grande did this year, but I'm trying to only do 1 costume per person, except there's 2 people where I've got 2 of their different costumes, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, now we're going into Doja Cat as Cynthia from the Rugrats. This one, no, I'm going to give her Icon of Legend a moment. Here's why. It's fucking funny. She just looks so funny. I think the hair is so well done, the way it's sticking up. She killed it. She killed this. She looks so good. Well, she doesn't look good. She looks a bit terrifying, but I think that's the point, right? It's the point of Halloween, to look a little bit terrifying. There's something so Doja Cat about dressing up as Cynthia from the Rugrats. I can't quite put my finger on it, but we have no choice but to stand. Okay, let's move on. Now we've got Kim Kardashian as a generic space cowboy. I don't love this costume. I mean, look, the costume itself isn't bad, but there's nothing about this that makes me think Halloween. Like, if she went to the Met Gala in this in that year where it was like the Machina or whatever, like, I think that would have been great, but this one's a miss. I'm sorry, Kimmy K. I pretend I did not see this.
Let's ride.
All right, and now for one in the Get a Lawyer category, Justin Bieber as the Bear.
Get a good lawyer.
I don't really have anything else to add. I feel very few people can defend this costume. It's like a onesie. Like, I've got the exact same onesie in my... Oh, maybe I should have been wearing that onesie for this video. We'll do it for a different one. All right, next we've got Alessia Cara as... Cara or Cara? As Amy Winehouse. I'm going to go with Understood the Assignment. Here's why. She looks great. She looks fantastic. Yes, I absolutely see Amy Winehouse when I see her in this, but... Is it scary? No. Is it on theme for Halloween? No. Is it inventive or different? No. Am I going to be talking about it in a year's time? Probably not. Okay, the next one is BB Rexa as Anna Nicole Smith. I have some thoughts about this one. It seems a little disrespectful. There's also this old man in the photo who's like kind of like a prop, which is a bit weird. I don't know, there's something about it I don't like. I get that she had a photo shoot to kind of recreate the images, but again, it's just a bit weird. I don't know what do you guys think about this one? This one's kind of made me uncomfortable. I'm gonna put this one in I Pretend I Do Not See.
Let's ride.
It's a weird costume. I don't know about this one. It's a bit...
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
She did her best, and that's what matters. She did her best, and that's what matters. All right, next up we got Cardi B as Morticia Adams. Taylor Swift is in the music industry. This is iconic. Here's why. Inventive, new.
Talented, brilliant, incredible.
I love that you can tell that this is Cardi B. I love that you can tell that this is Morticia Adams, but I love that she's turned them into one and created this new thing. You know, Cardi B went all out. She had a really great photo shoot for it. She released a whole bunch of different photos. All out with the makeup, went all out with the costume, went all out with like the set design and the production value. Like, Miss Cardi said budget. Have not heard of her. Let's move on. Next up, this is kind of awkward because Cardi B did such an amazing Morticia Adams, and Charlie XCX, also Morticia Adams. She understood the assignment. I do kind of feel bad for her because if it wasn't for Cardi B doing the same costume but like 10 times better, I feel like she could have been upper level, but Charlie, baby. And also, it's a little bit too obvious for Charlie. I think she could have done something a little bit more interesting. I don't know. It seems a little bit too safe in my liking, but let's move on. I've got another one from Doja Cat as Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls. Look, this one's not as iconic as Cynthia because that's hilarious. Understood the assignment. She did a good job. She looks great. I know I said I wasn't going to do 2 costumes for people. There's actually a few people that I've done a few costumes for. All right, let's move on. We've got Dua Lipa as a sexy dead corpse. This one... This one I don't like. Here's why. She's giving us nothing. She's going straight to jail.
Get a good lawyer.
Dua Lipa has such a unique face and such great style that I feel a little bit underwhelmed by this. And the photos that she posted are also really boring. So I'm just like, let's pretend this one didn't exist. But also get a lawyer because you're going straight to jail.
Jail, right away.
Next up, we've got Baby You Light Up My World, Harry Styles. You know, look, Harry Styles as Dorothy. He's an icon, he's a legend, he is the moment. Not only did he dress up as Dorothy, he got his entire band or backup dancers for a concert that he had on Halloween. God. And they all dressed up as Wizard of Oz characters as well. So I feel like he created a really good theme. He had a great photo shoot with it. He really committed. He danced on stage in that outfit for the whole concert. So like, you know, that's pretty powerful. Like, you got to give him that. He's an icon, he's a legend, and he's the moment. All right, next up we've got Hunter Schaffer as Marco from Soul Eater. She's going into I Pretend I Do Not See.
Let's ride.
Look, there's nothing wrong with this costume. You know, she gave it her all, sort of, but it's just giving me, like, cosplay vibes. Not that there's anything wrong with cosplay, but I feel like for Halloween, you should be on another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta bring your game. I like the weapon. I like the pose. I like the outfit. I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not feeling it. Okay, next up, we've got Jade from Little Mix and her boyfriend as characters from The Simpsons. This one I'm putting into... I don't know. This one's not that good. Look, I'm going to give it an Understood the Assignment, all right? It's got the scary factor. It's got some fun. I feel like it's just missing something to get it to the next level. What that is, I don't really know. This whole ranking system is going to absolute shit, but we're still getting through it. All right, we've committed, we're doing this. We can do this. I don't love that she's disrespected Homer by cutting off his head, but I will give her the benefit of the doubt. But for this, she understood the assignment. She did a good job. Power to you. All right, now we get the 1-2 punch of Janelle Monáe. So here's the thing. She did 2 costumes. She did a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde She did both of the characters for this photo shoot, and I'm going to put it into icon, legend, and the moment. Here's why. She looks amazing in both outfits. The photo shoot's really high production values. The prosthetics, the makeup, the costume, all of it, top tier. Have very little fault with this one. Absolutely love it. She looks great. Now, the real kicker. She also went as the Grinch, and this one is Taylor Swift is the music industry. Here's why. That photo shoot, girl, she said budget, don't have any. I'm going to do it in my apartment, I think. But still, the costume, amazing. Prosthetics, amazing. The different poses in the different areas of her house, iconic. This is going to be talked about for years to come. She is up there. I love it. Next up, we've got Jisoo from Blackpink dressing up as Lisa from Blackpink. I love this. I think she looks so great. I think it's so funny for her to dress up as someone else in her group. So this is going straight into icon, legend, and the moment. She did a good job with this one. I absolutely love it. Go Jisoo. When is your solo song coming out? We are waiting. All right, next up, we've got Katy Perry on Orlando Bloom as a vaccine and Dr. Dilf. That's right. His tag says Dr. Dilf. I love that. It's freaking hilarious. Look, if it was just Katy Perry, I'd put it in understood the assignment. But because Orlando Bloom is Dr. Dilf, which I just find so hilarious, I'm going to put them both in icon, legends, and the moment. Next up, we've got Kendall Jenner as apparently the corpse bride. Now look, the makers of the corpse bride are calling and they are suing, so she's going to need to
Get a good lawyer.
Why? I didn't see the corpse bride in this at all. She's released a few photos on her Instagram. Not one of them looked like the corpse bride. Not one of the photos even evoked the spirit of the corpse bride. So she's out, not a fan. Straight to jail, get a lawyer. But on the flip side, Kendall Jenner as the Mars Attack girl understood the assignment. She looks great. I love that it's like kind of high fashion. I love the wig, the outfit. Actually, you know what? She got some other photos and she looks really good in the other one. So I'm going to actually pop her up to icon, legend, and the moment. So next up, we've got Kourtney Kardashian and Travis something as Edward Scissorhands and whatever one known as Ryder's character's name is. Understood the assignment. They both look good. The photo shoot's really cute. I love the vibrancy of the photos. It really captures the original Edward Scissorhands film. I think the makeup on both of them could have been better and the wigs could have been better. But overall, they did a good job. Well done. Okay, I love this one. Next up, we've got Lil Nas X as Voldemort. I'm putting this in Taylor Swift as the music industry. I'll tell you why. The recreation of that iconic Voldemort pose and photo, up there. Costume-wise, iconic, you know, the makeup looks perfect, the prosthetics are great, he's really in character, he really committed. It's something that I feel like most celebrities wouldn't really do because it hides their face quite a lot, so I really applaud him for doing that. Don't really have much else to say. Good job, Lil Nas X. Next up, we've got Lizzo as Grogu, aka Baby Yoda. Straight into Taylor Swift's music industry. She looks awesome. She looks so great. I love the look on her face. I love the costume. I love that there were videos of her walking around, I think New York, just like in this baby Grogu costume. She looks great. I absolutely love it. I love that she committed to this and it's such a great choice. We also have another one from Lizzo as the red light, green light girl from Squid Game. Understood the assignment. We don't really have any high quality photos because she just did this on stage, but I just love her presence. I love that she really committed to the character and just like really went loud and about with it. We have another one of the same character, this time Lisa from Blackpink, also as the red light, green light doll from Squid Game. By the way, I just started watching Squid Game yesterday. It's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be a little bit more gory, but it's pretty good. I'm into it. I'm pretty into it. As I'm sure, you know, the other 100 million people who watched it are, but it is what it is. This has also understood the assignment. I mean, the photo shoot was pretty great. I think the photos that she made were like hilarious and like kind of scary and weird, and I had a weird atmosphere to it. But, you know, I think it's just missing that kind of Halloween scariness to it. It's missing that kind of uniqueness. It's one of those costumes that every single person did. So I'm like, oh, okay, we've seen it, we've done it, let's move on. Next up, we've got Shakira as a generic witch. Look, she's going straight to jail and she's going to need a lawyer.
Get a good lawyer.
And I say this because I'm pretty sure she was done for tax evasion pretty recently. So she probably already has a lawyer, but she's going to need one after that costume. Next up, we've got Madonna as 2016 Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Look, she's going into icon, legend, and the moment. She looks freaking amazing. I was going to swear, but I'm not going to because AdSense, your boy needs to get paid. She looks great. The costume's great. the outfit, the hair, the makeup. My only gripe is Harley Quinn, like, and it's not even like the new Harley Quinn from like the recent Suicide Squad movie or like a different interpretation of Harley Quinn. Like this Harley Quinn, been there, done that. Okay, next up we've got Michaela Russell, who played a young Wanda in the WandaVision TV series that came out earlier this year, dressing up as none other than Wanda Maximoff as Scarlet Witch. She's an icon, she's a legend, she's the moment. She looks absolutely adorable. I love the fact that she dressed up as her own character, but older. Next up we've got Miranda Kerr and her billionaire partner, founder of Snapchat, I don't know his name, as flight attendants. This one's going straight into I pretend I do not see.
Let's ride.
It's not offensive enough that they need to be in jail for it, but it is offensive enough that the effort level was absolutely bare minimum. Like, it was a choice. I get that she wanted to be a bit more, you know, fashion rather than scary. Still, it's just so bland. There's nothing interesting about it. I don't really see why she thought this would be a good idea. And look, here's the thing. On its own, it's not that bad. It's not a bad costume. She doesn't look bad. Of course, she looks absolutely beautiful. But I mean, look at the caliber of costumes that we have above her. Like, she does not hold a candle to any one of these up here. Even some of these. I'm actually thinking she might need to go down a little bit. No, I'm going to leave her there. You know, she needs to up her game for next year. I mean, Miranda Kerr is an Australian icon. I feel like she needs to represent us better as people. But, you know, it is what it is. Next up, we've got Ms. Juicy as Catwoman. I'm going to put Ms. Juicy straight into an icon, a legend, and the moment. Here's the thing. She gave it her all. She looks absolutely great. I love the costume. The attitude is there. The pose, the stance, the like little whip in her hand. The whip that she has in her hand, like, sis came to play. Sis came to whip. Sis is icon, legend, moment, done and dusted. Next up, we've got Naomi Campbell and family, maybe. I don't know, whoever these friends of hers are, as... I can't see, like, is that Slender Man? Some scary ghouls or something. Look, they understood the assignment, you know, they don't look bad, they look great. It's scary, on theme, I like that, but, you know, in terms of the costuming itself, it's not that great. The photo shoot production is great, I love the photo itself, but, you know, in terms of everything else, sis could have done better. Next up, we've got Normani as a generic fairy kind of thing. Sis hasn't understood the assignment. Like, she knew what was up. She looks good. She looks absolutely beautiful. But, you know, it's not something I'm going to be thinking about in a year's time. So we're just going to move on. Next up, we've got Olivia Rodrigo as Elvira Hancock from the Scarface film. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
Let's ride.
Olivia Rodrigo is at an absolute high right now. There's never been a debut from a new pop girl as huge as Olivia has been in this past year. All anyone talks about right now is Olivia Rodrigo. She's out streaming even the most biggest pop stars ever. She's outselling the biggest pop stars. She is absolutely killing it. This costume does not live up to the hype. I'm sorry, she could have done better. Let's move on. Next, we've got Rihanna as Gunna. Gunna? I don't know. I've never heard of this person before in my life until I saw this outfit, but look, she understood the assignment. She looks good. I'm getting nothing else from her. She's giving nothing. I'm sorry. Next, we've got Sabrina Carpenter as Lindsay Lohan's character from Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Again, understood the assignment. Like, she looks good. The outfit's very accurate to the character, but, you know, it's given nothing, all right? Let's be honest here. Next up, we've got Snoop Dogg as Snoop Batman, I guess. I don't know. Look, he's going into icon, legend at the moment. No, he's not actually. He's going into understood the assignment. I think I'm being a little bit too generous now. I like that he has almost combined his Snoop Dogg and Batman character. Okay, next up we've got Taylor Lautner and his partner, I believe, as some cowboys, I guess. Look, I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
Let's ride.
There's nothing in this that's giving me anything. There's nothing in this that's making me excited about my life. I also think that his character from Twilight is trending so hard on TikTok right now that he could have done something with that maybe.
Where the hell have you been, Luca?
Maybe he could have done like a scary Jacob from Twilight, or I don't know. He really should have capitalized on that Twilight fame right now, because right now he's just letting himself go. Not physically, I mean letting himself go in terms of like staying on trend with what's happening in pop culture. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit too into this. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Next up, we've got Taylor Swift as a squirrel. Now, look, if I was being subjective, this would go straight into Taylor Swift as music industry because, look, as Taylor Swift as she is the music industry. However, that costume... Tay, what are you thinking? Look, she's going straight into Get a Lawyer.
Right to jail.
I absolutely love Taylor Swift, but as I said at the beginning of this video, this isn't about who I like and dislike. This is about the costume, the effort, the kind of production value, all of that combined. Taylor... she didn't bring it with this, but we will talk about Taylor a little bit more in a second. Next up, we've got Taylor Swift again, along with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, walking through freaking New York City. You can see that Taylor Swift has like the same costume, but she's got like a black kind of face mask on, so you can't actually tell it's her. They're all going into Understood the Assignment. Why? Because I love that they went out in public onto the streets and no one really knew who they were until, you know, it was too late. I just think it's so funny that Taylor Swift went out in public with a mask on like that and just... oh gosh, it's funny. Anyway, as a group, they understood the assignment. They were very funny about it. They were very clever about it. The way they kind of cover themselves up, the way they still went in public and were still very adamant on going out in public. It's great. I love it. Power to them. Let's move on. I've got two left. So we're going to start with this one, which is Pete Davidson pretending to be Kim Kardashian's boyfriend at Not Scary Farm, whatever it's called. Get a Lawyer.
Right to jail, right away.
I don't really know what's going on. I don't know whether they're actually dating or not. I think there's obviously some speculation, but I just think it's so funny that they decided to... I just think this photo is really funny. I also love this person in the corner here who's now been like immortalized forever on the internet because they were featured in this photo of Pete and Kim Kardashian. It's so funny. I think if I could put that person in Taylor Swift in the music industry, I would, but I don't have a separate photo for that and I can't be bothered adding it right now, so we're just gonna have to get a lawyer, Pete. Get a lawyer. And last but not least, we've got Steve Buscemi as himself in the 30 Rock meme where he pretends to be a youngster and goes to a high school and he's like, "How do you do, fellow kids?" God, I love 30 Rock so much. Look, he's going straight into Taylor Swift's music industry. Let me tell you why. He's meta. He's referencing himself in a funny, hilarious way. I love that he was so friendly with the fans. He was taking lots of photos. He was out on the street, like on New York Street in front of his own house, like handing out candy to people. I think I'm being a little bit generous to him if I'm being completely honest because it's pretty low effort, but it's, you know, come on. It's Steve Buscemi and he's being so nice. Now, I'm going to have a quick look to see if there's anything I want to change, but I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think I'm pretty happy with where everyone ended up. So that's it. That's my ranking of about 40 or so different Halloween costumes from this year's Halloween. Now, I know there's definitely some stuff I missed. I'm just remembering now there's a photo of Megan Thee Stallion dressed up as Pinhead. I completely forgot to put that on here. I really should have, but if I did, I'll tell you right now, it's going straight into Taylor Swift as the music industry because that was amazing. The costume was amazing. The photo shoot was amazing. The production value was amazing. She looked absolutely incredible. Up there with the rest of the girlies, and that's it. So those are my rankings for the Halloween costumes of 2021. Let me know what yours are. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with what I said? Do you think any of these should be in different categories? Are there any that I didn't include in here that you would also include? Where would you put them? If you have any ideas, let me know. If there's anyone I missed, type them in the comments and let me know where you would place them. And then I'll also comment back letting you know where I'd place them on my list so that we can kind of see where we sit and where we align. But otherwise, that's it for today's video. I hope you had fun ranking these clowns with me. As always, if you watch the video all the way through, give the video a like. It really helps my channel out. It helps with my engagement levels. It helps with my videos being shared further on YouTube, which is what YouTube's all about, right? Getting world domination. If you have anything else to say, leave them in the comments below. I love reading your comments. They really fill me with joy, especially now because I don't want to leave my house even though lockdown's over. That's a whole other issue. We're not going to get into it. Get off my back. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. I put out videos every week. From now on, I promise I will. I no longer work on Friday, so I have an extra day in the week to make videos. I think, is there anything else I want to say? Happy Halloween. Is there anything else I want to say? Like and subscribe to the channel. Now look, that's everything I wanted to say today, so until next time, besties, bye.